Assalamu alaikum kids. So in this video we are going to discuss another prerequisite in physics, which is significant figures. Significant figures are generally used to ensure similar accuracy in your results. So significant numbers have a lot of rules and we need to learn and go through them one by one. We're going to talk about numbers that are to the left of the decimal place first, and of course the numbers shouldn't have any decimal places yet. All non-zero digits are significant. So example 2, 3, 5. All the three digits 2, 3 and 5 are significant. All zeros in between non-zeros are significant. Example 2, 0, 0, 3, 5. These are 5 significant figures. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So these are 5 significant figures over here. All zeros after the non-zero digits are insignificant. So what do I mean by that? Now you have zeros, the very first is over here, and then you've got 2 zeros after the 5. Now the 0 in between the 2 and the 3, it's going to be significant. It's in between two non-zero digits. But the zeros after the 5 are insignificant. Why? Because they are after the last non-zero digit. So essentially we're going to have 1, 2, 3, and 4 significant figures. These zeros are not considered significant. Now, of course, like I said earlier on, that the rules will only apply if there are no decimal places. So the rules for digits to the right of the decimal place are pretty similar, but one or two rules are going to be different. The very first one, all non-zero digits are significant. It's the same. So 3, 4, 5 are significant figures. All zeros in between non-zero digits are significant. So again, it's the same thing. So you've got 3, 0, 4, 0, 5. Both the zeros are in between. The first 0 is between 3 and 4. The second 0 is in between 4 and 5. Hence, again, both of them are going to be significant zeros. Now, this is where it differs. All zeros before the first non-zero are insignificant. So these zeros right here are considered to be insignificant. So this 0 right here will be significant, of course. So you've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 significant figures. The last one is different again from the previous one, which is the zeros after the last non-zero digit are considered significant. So these right here are not significant, of course, because they are before the first significant figure. The 3 is considered significant. The 4 is considered significant. This 0 right here is in between two digits or two non-zero digits. So again, it's considered significant. The 5, of course, is a non-zero, considered significant. The last zeros, again, this is only to the left of the decimal, to the right of the decimal place. The last zeros or the zeros after the last non-zero digit are considered significant. So this right here, 5 and 6 significant figures. Now, mind you that if you talk about digits to the left of the decimal place, let's say for example, you've got 2, 5, 6, 0, 0. You've got 1, 2, and 3 significant numbers only. These are not considered significant. Why? Because they are to the left of the decimal place. But if you have 0.25600 to the right of the decimal place, these will be considered significant. Now, to the left of the decimal place, it has only 3 significant figures, but to the right of the decimal place, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 significant figures. So again, you need to remember this rule because again, this confuses a lot of kids. So let's do some questions together. I'm gonna post some numbers on the screen and you want to figure out how many significant figures are in those numbers. So we have the first number. I'm going to solve this for you. 230.006078. Now this right here is going to have how many significant figures? All the zeros are going to be significant here. Why? Because all of them are in between non-zero digits. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 significant figures in this number. Alright, so I'm going to put some more questions and I want you to pause the video, solve them, figure out how many significant figures they have, and then unpause to watch the solution. So the next number is 3.4005600. Think about it. So this one right here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 significant figures. Remember that to the right of the decimal place, the ending zeros are considered significant. The other zeros are in between two non-zero digits. So these zeros right here are in between 4 and 5. So they will be considered significant anyways. 1.34. Think about it. So 1.34 has 1, 2, 3 significant figures. Again, all of them are non-zero digits, so they are going to be significant anyways. We don't really need to think about anything here. 0.00450. In this case, the first two zeros, so this right here insignificant, this right here insignificant, this right here insignificant. Only the last zero or zero in between two non-zeros will be significant, hence this will be significant. So you've got 1, 2, and 3 significant figures. 2.000. Now this right here is a confusing one. So a lot of people would write one significant figure here, but again the decimal places to the right of the decimal point are considered significant. So non-zero, significant of course, but then these right here will also be significant. Why? Because they are after the decimal place, or they are the ending zeros after the decimal point. So there is going to be 4 significant figures over here. 1.40. Similar problem. You're still gonna have 1, 2, and 3 significant figures. This zero right here is going to be significant. The last or the end zeros, or the zeros ending after the decimal point, will be considered significant. 0.0020. So in this case, again these zeros will be insignificant, but then 1 and 2 significant figures. Again, the last zero will be considered significant. So in physics, you won't be required to figure out how many significant figures there are. Your job will be to make sure that your answers are correct to 2 to 3 significant figures. Your answers have to be at 2 to 3 significant figures, or you won't get a mark for the answer. So to convert numbers to significant figures, or to a certain number of significant figures, you need to essentially round off the digit after that. So for example, you have 236, 700, and we need to round this off to 2 significant figures, or we need to write this number correct to 2 significant figures. So in this case, what are we going to do? Very simple. We are going to count the number of significant figures first. So you've got 2, 3, 6, and 3. The remaining zeros are not considered significant, because again, decimal places to the left of the decimal places, your last or ending zeros are insignificant. So the second significant figures is 3. So this 3 right here is going to be your second significant figure. So we are going to look at the digit after 3. The digit after 3 is greater than 5 or less than 5. Of course, 6, this digit right here, is greater than 5. And because your digit is going to be greater than 5, we are going to round off. And how are we going to round off? We are going to add 1 to 3. So this right here becomes 2, and then the 3 becomes 4, and then every other digit becomes 0. Hence, your answer becomes 236. You added 1 over here, and then everything else becomes 0. So the digits after the digit you rounded off will become 0. Now, if you want to convert 2, 3, 6, 700 to 3 significant figures, in this case, again, we are going to count the number of significant figures. 6 is the significant figure. Why? Because you've got 1, 2, and the third significant figure is 6. Now, the digit after 6 is 3, which is less than 5, hence no changes made. But what's going to happen? After your third digit, or after your third significant figure, everything becomes 0. So it's going to become 236, and then after 6 everything becomes 0. So you've got 3 zeros after that. This 3 right here should be written as 0, because it's after your significant figure.